my opponents. The ban on plastic is necessary. It is vital. It needs to be done. Thank you.
Well, it is a very, very good day. I welcome you to Echoes of Expression. For those who have joined us today, it is our normal making every Sunday 3 p.m. and Wednesday at 10. Benon is my name, your one and only host here on Echoes of Expression U24 television. Today is a day to hear from our best orators across the world. That is to say, we are to have an international debate which was hosted by one of my colleagues in media, Jean David Tuyishime, and this was intended to address key issues as far as the world is concerned. And today, before we go any further, I would wish to first give you the updates of some of the international debates that have happened for this period as far as 2024 is concerned. One, the Nkabom Africa Schools Debating Championship semi-finals, where the debate Cranes shall verse the RPDA. Then when we go to the adjudication workshop that happened June 15th, 2024, Neon Swa was one of the hosts of this adjudication, and Alexandra Adotei. Yeah, they did a very good work, and it was via Google Meet. Then when we come here to East Africa, the Mashariki debate is now open, and the theme shall be from awareness to action. So this championship involves the Uganda Debate President's Council as one or as part of the organizers. And finally, the countdown for East African Universities Debate Championship is left with only 50 days. I welcome you once again. For those who are just joining us now, Benon is my name. As you see me, I'm so smart because Goshen Fashions has made it. Okay, before I go any further, I would wish to take you to the debate. That is the International Debate Championship that is organized annually, and this is based in Rwanda. Today we have Rusumo High School versing Glory Academy. Jean was there to address this. Let's take a watch of this. Young minds were really able to express themselves.
This house believes that globalization is imperialism repackaged. Bye for now.
I would like to welcome the first speaker from the proposition side. You can have the stage.
Greetings to everybody watching this debate. I go by the names of Hamisia Rurgwemira on the panel as the first speaker of the proposition team of today's debate. Before I begin my speech of the day, allow me to thank everyone who supported us all the way from Rusumo to be here and comfortable today. Where globalization means, as it is so often does, the rich and powerful countries now have new means of extending further, enriching themselves at the cost of weaker and poorer countries by nation. Now, dear judges, the debate of today is a debate of facts and analysis, whether globalization is imperialism repackaged or not. It's not about the advantages of globalization and disadvantages and something like that. It's all about the facts. Is this globalization imperialism package or not? Where government regulation are laid out in order to take side to imperialists. Considering the economic gap between rich and poor countries, society claims that the free trade will actually strengthen the power of industrialized countries. Samir Amin, an American economist, in his book Globalization versus Imperialism, argues that globalization is ideological discourse used to legitimize the strategies of imperialists. Today, it implies that the capitalism is expanding with the aim of increasing inequality. Dear judges, we know that Globalization has positive and negative impacts, but the debate of today is not about disadvantages. But if the government and society take globalization as opportunities without sorting the impacts, it will distract the power of the government to imperialists. If any questions from Team Negative, cross them over, please. Yes.
How do you define a powerful nation and a weak nation?
If I'd like to end my cross-examination, leaving this burden to the first speaker and the negative team. The question now goes, if not globalization, what other features do you believe would characterize new imperialism? And the second, how do you predict the future of imperialism? If no more questions, I'll ask Marcus.
Thank you for your strong speech. Now I'd like to have the first speaker from the opposition side.
Okay, so good morning. They say you are entitled to your opinion, but you are not entitled to be ignorant. The first speaker from the proposition side came here and dropped a point of the rich and powerful getting richer at the cost of the poor countries. First of all, so 37 years later, China was still facing the very same issue. Imperialism happened in China. Now, we all know of the missionary man, the white man. He brought a Bible and no land. And as a typical African, we were hostile to him. And the reaction to the hostility of the Africans is taking their land away and forcing the religion of Christianity upon them. So basically, imperialism in its purest form is extending power politically, socially, economically, especially by direct acquisition. That is the purest form of imperialism. Anything else is not imperialism. And they came here and tried to explain how ancient imperialism is not a matter of the fact of the debate. Yes, it is a matter of the fact of the debate, because if it's imperialism, then it's imperialism. Then we move on to other house of globalization. Now, after the war of China, China actually viewed something. Our soldiers are dying. We have no food to give our people. So instead of using the gold that we use in shaping our armor to go and fight, let us use it to shape plates and give it to India. And then India doesn't have plates. It will give us the herbs to heal our soldiers. That is exactly where the idea of globalization raised, because we are now able to purchase free interactions freely. Now, globalization is never imperialism, was never imperialism, and will never be imperialism.
Thank you for your good speech. I would like to welcome the second speaker from the proposition side.
Thank you, dear judges. Today's resolution is going to be a little bit complicated, to bring information that is unreliable. Beginning with our information shows a clear difference between more than 50 United States military bases are across the globe. Not specifically because there is no globalization. Because of globalization, it already allows people to settle there. Because of globalization, it is going there to solve some issues and some important cases of disharmony. It's there, but let's ask ourselves, in fact, if there is existence of a war, which country is going to win if United States so far have 750 military bases, and also followed by UK with 145 military bases? Which one is winning a war? Specifically, dear judges, you have to analyze a single issue. The United States is already going to win a war. But specifically, that's not what you're going to tackle onto them. Let's also see free trade. What's free trade specific? Allowing importation and exportation free of charges, importation of goods and services, and also money, whatever. But dear judges, remember, Muslims are some of the people that are not complying with the context. Why? These Muslims don't have most important products on the market. Like, let's say America. United States of America already have cell phones like iPhone, and already have most used products like jeans. But the Arabs already have what you call salis that are not used at a large scale. But dear judges, what I want to show is when these two products are meeting in the same nation, they are competing without now taxes. That means that the most important or the most used are the ones that are going to be the domains. Why? Because, dear judges, this importance that is given to this kind of clothing or this kind of products is the one that is determining there is imperialism or not. So it domaining or it becoming at a large scale is the one that is implying the fact that it's imperialism. Imperialism doesn't have to be a war. Imperialism doesn't have to be us fighting. Imperialism is us enlarging our market on a global scale. What's hard to understand there? Dear judges, let's also continue with what you call isn't hard to understand. Thank you. I rest my case. Questions? Yes.
What leads to the rise of imperialism?
What leads?
The rise of
Globalization so far. That's the debate, dear judges.
no, like
Yes.
today is to either show globalization is imperialism. Then what leads to imperialism?
What leads to
Yeah.
Like,
what causes the imperialism to actually exist?
globalization is imperialism caused by us sharing what we have. And sharing what we have makes the rich rich, but as the poor can't compete them if we are out of taxations and can't compete at any cost because the products that even vary are those that are most used across the globe. What's hard there, dear judges? Next question.
Could you please differentiate imperialism and colonization?
Dear judges, I want to even remind the opponents that colonization is a part of imperialism. Because so far you have classifications of imperialism, including colonial imperialism, including economical imperialism, including what we call also political influence imperialism, and including ideological imperialism. That's not something hard to understand because you can just Google it on WashingtonPost.com. Another question? Dear judges, I rest my case. Thank you.
Thank you for your speech. I would like to welcome the second speaker from the opposition side.
Yeah, remember the theme is on globalization. I wish to take you to a very short break, then we come back. I remain BENON MUKWAYA. You're watching the Echoes of Expression.
You realize, my opponents, the ban on plastic is necessary. It is vital. It needs to be done. Thank you.